I think I changed the date.
What's today? Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. The 14th, I think. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I'm trying to find us. So, because I know Devin's not going to read the comments. So, so I got to find us. I'm going to see right now how hard it is for you guys to find us. 14th, I think. Okay. Oh, look. Oh, so you know what I did? And I don't know if you guys know this little trick, but I went to Fabric Chicks Creative Oasis here, right? I went to Fabric Chicks Creative Oasis and it says it's live. And I just hit on that little icon. So for those of you who sometimes say you have problems finding me, I did not know that was a thing, but I tried it because it was all highlighted in red and it just popped right there. Okay, so welcome everybody. Hey, Victor and Brenda and Jenny and Jody and Laura, Carolyn and Mary Lou, Cindy, everybody, welcome everybody. I hope you guys watched the live that we just did with Quilt Show Reno. It's kind of exciting. Michelle Crawford has a lot of classes she's offering during the show. Classes do start June 3rd, and they go through the 7th. But it's also exciting. I interviewed Keegan from Going Batty Quilt Shop. He's taken it over from his parents. Him and his wife are the official owners of Going Batty. And in their booth, you're going to want to make sure to plan time in their booth because they are doing 3 different make and takes. And they're also having a carnival themed booth with lots of prizes and different things. So pretty exciting. Okay, so hey everybody. So I am going to do a really quick demo right now. Thank God Lynn got it ready for me. So Lynn showed up this morning with the demo already ready. So I'm just going to demo how to do it. But thank you for getting it ready for me, Lynn. So we're going to do a table runner using the upholstery scraps. You guys often have bought those upholstery scraps from me, or you have some that you already have in your stash. If you don't have upholstery scraps, you can still do this technique with regular cotton quilting fabrics or really any fabrics. Any fabrics will work for this technique. So what we've done is I have one layer of a backing fabric. So this is my backing fabric here. Okay, I've got my backing fabric here. And then in between is a layer of fusible. So what we did, and when I say we, I mean Lynn, is she cut out of the upholstery books. So sometimes you have the fabric on the back of the upholstery scraps and you guys worry about it. But just cut the usable parts. Don't worry about taking the whole upholstery book apart because it's kind of tricky. These are all different weights. This one's a pretty thick one. This one is a pretty thin one. This one is a sheer one. So they're all different weights, just cut right out of the upholstery book. So cut the entire book apart, I think. Make your table runner, and then with these, you can make placemats with whatever's left. So you take your backing fabric, lay it down with the right side away from you. You're going to do a layer of the Steam-A-Seam 2 Light or your favorite fusible. And then you're going to place all of these scraps or pieces onto your Steam-A-Seam. Okay, so you're just going to lay it down kind of patchworky like this. You get the idea. Make it as big as you want. You can cut pieces. You can make smaller pieces, bigger pieces. You can cut out heart shapes. You can do anything you want. Literally, it's like having a blank surface and you just create. So once you have all the pieces laid on your fusible, here's my fusible, then you're going to take a pressing sheet. I strongly suggest some kind of a pressing sheet. You have a fiberglass pressing sheet, which is this by Bonash, or you have a fiberglass pressing, Teflon pressing sheet, which is called the applique sheet. This is Teflon. So Teflon looks like this. You can see through both, so you can trace your designs. You can lay your applique pieces underneath it or on top of it and still see what you're doing. So this one is the Teflon sheet. This one's the fiberglass sheet. I tend to use the fiberglass sheet more frequently because I like, it's thinner. And so I feel like it heats it up faster. I don't have to wait as long, but literally you're talking milliseconds, probably faster. So make sure that you have a pressing sheet, because right here, you're going to see how these aren't lined up perfectly, but it's not going to matter because we're going to stitch over it when we zigzag stitch. Or I could take this little piece and just cover it there. But since these are all different kinds of materials, I don't want the iron to melt these little metallic-y materials, okay? So I'm going to take my pressing sheet and I'm going to lay it on top like this, and just make sure that you're fusing. It might take a little bit longer because some of the fabrics are a little bit thicker because it is upholstery fabrics. And then I'm just going to come down here. I only peeled off. So these shears are actually laid on top. So these shears are laid on top. I'm not going to use a fusible on them because I don't think we need it. And then I'm going to, let me see. So here is my steam a seam 2. So you can see here, I haven't pulled it all the way off yet. Let's see here. There's probably a pin here that got, that I didn't unpin with the, or I just pinned it. This one here, this is the culprit, okay? So I'm going to take this off so I can get the steam a seam out from underneath it. And then I'm going to pull this away as I go. So see how the pieces are moving because I haven't fused this down yet. Because I wanted to do it for the demo so you guys could see. Okay, so I'm going to take this and iron the next little section. Let me see where I'm at here. Okay, so I've got the paper pulled away. On the fusible, I've got that pulled away. Now I can iron and fuse this section right here. So I'm just going to take my pressing sheet, and this one might be too small. So I'm just going to put a pin there to save it till I'm ready. Then I'm just going to kind of fuss with it a little bit in case something moved. I'm going to put my pressing sheet back down, and I'm going to iron the next section. So you probably wouldn't be moving this. This came from Lynn's house, and then I had it on the cutting board, and then I moved it over here. You would just build it right on your ironing board. That way you don't have to move it, and you don't have to go through these extra steps. And then you're just going to pull it a little bit more away. Make sure that it's lining up with your background fabrics. Let me pin this little sheer one because I don't want it to get away from me. And then I'm going to just do a little bit more ironing. Make sure everything's down pretty good. If something moves, I mean, it's not rocket science or brain surgery. Don't stress out about it. Just put it where you think it should go and move on. So I'm going to take out these pins here that were holding the pieces because I'm ready to iron them now. So I'm just going to make sure that my backing fabric is pulled taut so that it doesn't get a crinkle in it. And then I'm going to iron these pieces some more. So see how these aren't lining up perfectly straight, but I'm going to do a zigzag stitch over them. And if I want to just make sure so I don't have to do a zigzag stitch over everything, I can just throw a shear on top of it. Like this. I can throw another shear on top of it, and then you won't see that they're not lined up exactly. So it's a very forgiving project, and when you do your zigzag stitch, it will cover anything that's not perfectly lined up. See how here there's a little bit of white showing? Don't overthink it and don't waste a lot of time. That's going to be covered up by the zigzag stitch, okay? You could do a free motion stitch if you wanted, but I think a zigzag is going to be better for this kind of a project. And then when you go to your sewing machine, if you're not familiar with a zigzag, I'm going to show you. I did do a little bit of experimenting first. Okay, let's see if everything is down good enough so we can move to the machine. So here is the back side. If you wanted, you could just hit the back side. I like to make sure that my steam seam is pretty melted before I start stitching. That way I feel like it doesn't gunk up my machine as much. And I know steam seam too light is supposed to not gunk up your machine at all, but it does leave a little bit of a residue on your needle. So, and you can get the non-stick needles if you want. Oh, your comments went away and now I've got some kind of a confrontation with a British something. I don't know. A British flag. Just can't trust Facebook to stay with what you want. Okay, you guys are going to have to type in new comments because my comments have gone away. Or Devin could read them to me. Okay, so anyways, I'll read your comments when I get back to the other room. So this is what my project looks like now. And like I said, you can add more shears. You can do anything you want. We have some pleather here. We have some different thicker fabrics, almost like really heavy drapery fabrics. So super fun. You can keep embellishing it as much as you want. Once you get it where you want it and it's fused to your backing. Oops, here, look at, I forgot. Oops, I didn't get all the paper. While I was talking, I didn't get all the paper taken off of my steam seam. Hang on a second. I just ironed it with the paper still on it. Okay, you just never know what's going to happen when you're live. Okay. And then I don't know how that lame is going to iron, so I'm going to make sure I got my pressing sheet. You saw I almost ironed it without the pressing sheet. That could have been catastrophic. Although, remember, it's just fabric. Nothing is worth crying over here in our world. Okay. So here we go. This is my Tablerunner as it is right now. Then when I get over to the sewing machine, and you don't need a real fancy sewing machine for this, what I like to do when I start is I like to take a scrap fabric and fold it over so that I get 2 layers of fabric. And then I don't know what stitch I want. So I'm going to play with my stitches, play with my length, play with my width so that I know kind of what I'm going to be getting before I start on my project. So this is all the different stitches that I experimented with while I was getting this ready. So we've already I think that's kind of a good width and a good stitch. So then you're going to take your project and you're going to, I'm going to start right on this edge. I always like to start on an edge and then work my way in. But you can see how this is overlapping, so it didn't really fuse to the fusible. So I might just throw a pin in there for right now so it's not bugging me. And then as I get to it, this has some like loose fibers. I'm just going to kind of stitch over them, try to catch them. Okay. So you're just going to do the zigzag stitch. Try to catch your fabrics. Oh, Devin's yawning. Make sure that you're catching both sides. And I'm not going to do this entire project because that would be like forever. It's actually going to go very quick once I get going. But I'm going to just come here. I'm getting to another piece. So I like to stitch with my needle down. So when I stop, my needle stops where I am. And then I'm just going to, sometimes when you're doing a zigzag, you're not really sure whether it's going to zig or zag. So sometimes I'll do needle up, needle down. That way, when it takes that next stitch, if it's not where I want it, I can back the wheel up, the hand wheel, and remove that stitch and then move it over a little bit. And then now I know it's going to catch the fabrics. So I'm just going to stitch, 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 stitch. And then I'm coming to a corner. So I'm going to raise my presser foot up and I'm going to keep on going. So there is going to be some starts and some stops because like right here, I can make a choice. I can come down here and finish this one, or I can keep going around. No matter what, you're going to end up with a start and a stop weird. And so I'm just going to keep going with the piece because I want it to be kind of consistent. So this one is right up my alley because I love these colors, and this actually matches my countertops. So I might have to take this one home. It'd be cute, you know, with a pot on it or something. So this here is basically an easy peasy. And now I've already stitched this line, but I can come down just a hair and then grab, so I'm not having to cut my threads. And if you did have a long arm, you can't really do a satin stitch, but you could do just a meander stitch over this. And there's some beads there, so I'm going to kind of pull it along and then flip it again. There is a little bit of bulk, but you can see you just got to maneuver it and then come down this direction. So this is our table runner demo. Hang on a second and I'm going to show you what it looks like when it's all finished. So this is voila. Pretend like we just fast forwarded it, speeded it up. This is what it looks like all done. So once I do all the stitching, and this is what the stitching looks like here. Once I get all the stitching done, then I'm just going to put a binding on it. You can do bias binding that's already pre-made for you, or you can do your own binding. So that is that. I'm going to go in and see if there's any questions, since Devin doesn't ever read me the questions. Drives me crazy. Okay, so follow me on into here. And whoops, Remy. Oops, I almost stepped right on you. Okay, I'm going to go back. Oh, thank you, Sandy. Oh, Devin just kicked the old tripod. Suzette says this might fall into the modern realm. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what modern is anymore. Terracotta says would make a great, yes, it would be a super cute jacket and tote bag. With the upholstery scraps, you can do so much with them, and it just adds texture and the unexpected. Yeah. So I love it. I love the upholstery fabrics. Peggy says love upholstery material. She's cutting a new bag with upholstery fabrics and accents. She's gonna sew it at the retreat. Perfect. Okay. Okay, Sandy, I might not have sent the collage class video out, so I will. I'll get that. Thank you for reminding me. I have no idea what I did Saturday. Saturday was such a crazy day. Okay, Jenny, I'll resend that to you directly. Okay, so let me see. So that is our demo, and then with the extras from the book, you can make placemats or coasters. There's all kinds of fun things you can do with the home deck fabrics. I know sometimes we're a little bit afraid of the home deck fabrics because it's a little bit different than what we're used to. But I feel like there's nothing, if you can sew it, you can make things with it. There's no right or wrong. It's fabric. Whether it's upholstery fabric, cotton fabric, polyester fabric, I don't really care. I guess I'm not really a fabric snob. If I like the fabric, I feel like I'm going to use it. So that's that. I do have, if you need a fiberglass pressing sheet, I do have a Teflon one too, but I prefer the fiberglass. S137 is $15, and that's for the giant sheet by Bone Ash. It is about 18 inches by 11.9, which makes it really good for everyday use. It's not too big. I have some that are ginormous that I really never use unless I'm doing it. Oh, Mary Lou, I haven't even. It's been kind of a crazy. Mary Lou, can you put the names of everybody who posted something for me real quick, and then I'll do a drawing. We had a death with one of my dear friends, and then a class, and then my 23rd anniversary. It's been a kind of a crazy weekend. And then today by 10 o'clock this morning, 11 o'clock this morning, we'd had 2 classes. I had one wholesale Zoom meeting for a new wholesale event that's going to be happening kind of crazy, just out of the blue on the West Coast. So it's been insanely crazy. And then Jackie and Candy came to visit. So it's been an insanely crazy but really productive day. But I haven't even scrolled, Mary Lou. I haven't even scrolled to know who posted anything this weekend. So let me know. Let me know who posted so I can do a drawing. Okay, so we have S137 is $15. S137 is $15. Busy bee is like an understatement. At this point, I don't even know. If we don't do it today, Mary Lou, though, I'll go do it tonight. I'll get the drawing ready tonight. Okay, and then we have, if you need Steam a Seam 2 Light, I prefer to buy it like this, on the roll and the extra wide, because if you buy the sheets, you have a lot of leftover useless pieces, and I literally save every little piece. So if I have a tiny piece like this left over, like that little corner there, I'm going to save it because I'm going to be able to do the inside of a flower or a leaf or something. So I have a bag of all of my fusible scraps. Fusible is not cheap. And so I feel like, I don't know, maybe I should have been born during the Depression. Waste not, want not, save everything. So we do have this available if you need Steam a Seam 2 Light. Just put, I didn't make a number for it. Hang on a second. S138, and it is $13.99 a yard. So S138, it is the wide. It's 24 inches wide. S138 is $13.99 a yard. And it is, Sandy, sometimes I do forget to breathe. It is my favorite fusible. So there's lots of different fusibles out in the world. You've got to try them all and find which one you like the best. For me, I'm kind of rough on things, and I might start a project and not work on it again for 32 years. So I need something that's not really going to disintegrate for the most part. So all fusibles, you really need to make sure you don't leave them in your hot car. They do react to heat. So make sure, and I suggest, a lot of times people can get a really good deal on a whole roll of it. I think for personal use, you don't want to get a whole roll of it, although I'd love to sell you a whole roll, but it has a shelf life. So you don't really want to buy fusible in bulk. Misty Fuse would be fine because it's kind of some weird thing. It's not real sticky. I don't think it only activates once you use your iron to it, where the Steam a Seam 2, it has a tacky to it, and Wonder Under has a tacky to it. So I would say buy it as you need it. S138 is $13.99 a yard. If you're new to watching and you aren't sure about what we're doing, all you have to do is comment S. S is you committing to buying it, the number, and then how much you want, and then contact us so that we can get your shipping information and all that good stuff. If you are local, you can come into the shop to buy it, to pick it up. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to put this on here so Devin will know, because we're going to do a lot of auctions. So if you saw the Tablerunner demo, if you've been watching this for more than 3 minutes, you saw what you can do with the upholstery books. So we have a few upholstery books, and they're on auctions because they're one of a kind. So sometimes people worry about the paper on the back side. Sometimes the paper will come off easy. Sometimes it won't. Phyllis has taken it and just thrown it in the washer. It kind of makes a mess, but most of the paper will come off. If you're sewing this into your table runner, I would just not worry about the paper. It will just disintegrate over its lifetime. But here's a fun color palette. So usually the books have kind of the same color theme. And that one's a fun one, kind of a little bit of chenille feeling. But this one is a fun one. This would be a super cute tote bag. And like Lynn just cut off little pieces of it. You can try to, ooh, that one's a nice one with the lavender in it. So lots of fun textures and things. S135, the auction is starting at $5. So when we only have one of things, a lot of times we'll do it as an auction. If I'm shipping these to you, I will try to take these books off. Sometimes you can get them off easy, sometimes you can't, but you don't really need them, and they're just bulky and heavy to ship. So I'll try to get the books off. S133 is starting at $5. 133 is starting at $5, and these are kind of a lot of different colors. So you could have it kind of muted color palettes, just fun, different things here, different themes, some creams and grays. So kind of the neutral side on one side. But really kind of fancy and pretty. This would be a beautiful tote bag, I think. And you can mix these with your regular quilting cottons. I do have a tote bag upstairs that I started maybe 15 years ago that has upholstery fabrics and quilting cottons. So S133 is at $5. 133 is at $5. And then we have, let me move this out of the way so we can and we're going to go pretty quick. This one has bigger pieces. S134. 134 has bigger pieces. I know, I wish you guys were all here in the shop so you could just pick through the ones you want. But this one has, these are really pretty big pieces. And let me see if I can tell. It's 100% polyester is what these are reading. All of them say 100% polyester. So you have the same prints just in different colorways. That's kind of a fun one. Tote bags, table runners, placemats. Really anything that you're making right now, you can make out of these. S134 is $5. 134 is $5. And we're going to close these up because we got a lot more to do. 133 is at $8. 135 is at $5. 135 is at $5. And 134 is at $8. Okay, while you guys are bidding on those, I'm going to show you these real quick. This is 3 yards. It's kind of like a canvas material, I believe. It feels like a canvasy material, vintage, 3 yards, S132. The auction is starting at $6. It's a canvasy material, kind of a lightweight denim. It could also be maybe, but it's not. But that's what it feels like. S132, there's 3 yards here. The auction is starting at $6. And then this is S131. There's 2.5 yards here. It's got a cute little bird in it. It's kind of a stiff material, kind of a not, I mean, it almost looks like a linen on the backside, but it's definitely not. So, but it would make a great tote bag or a jacket, a vest. And then you could have this as a base layer and then collage on top of it. S131 and S132. And then I'm going to come and close up. So always get your final bids in. If you're going up $1, you don't ever know when we're going to close it. But I got to make room here. So I've got, let's see, 135 is at $6. There's two of you at $6. So 135 over here. There's two of you at $6. 135. I'm going to flip through it real quick. There's two of you at $6. This one has some nice golds. This is a fun kind of a woven. It feels like it's dimensionally. It is definitely. It's all these little strips are woven. So this would be, if you do applique, this would be a great basket. Like I almost want to steal it out of there because that is a perfect basket for an applique. Just some fun ones. This is one at 35 and I've got two of you at $6, I think. So all these, I mean, there's a bunch in here. So you can do a lot of fun things. 135. I'm pretty sure I've got two of you at $6. 135, there's two of you at $6. 135, there's two of you at $6. I can't close it up because I got two of you. Okay, 133. 130. Now I've got 135. Now I got three of you at $6. You guys are crazy. Okay, 130.
I wanted $7.
Oh, Carolyn's at $7. Okay, I'll give them a minute to outbid each other. 133. 133. Fran's at $8. Oh, thank goodness. Fran's gonna just jump that up for you guys. I'm still trying to find a 133 comment. 133. I have, I think, Peggy at $9. 133 is at $12. 133 is at $12. Okay, girls, get your final bids in. Let's close these up. Laura for 12. Laura for 12. 134. 134. I've got Laura for 15. Laura, are you coming up anytime soon, or do you want me to ship these to you? 132.
Oh.
132. Judy is at $7, Laura. 132. Judy, you just put in $6, but we have Sharon at $7. So 132 is at $7. If you want to bid on it, it's at $7. 131. 131. 131 is Judy at $3, I think. Is that the post office, maybe?
Oh.
What
do you think? I'm psychic or something? I'm in the room with you.
Okay, I'm gonna try to get the books off of it, Laura. That's gonna be Devin's job tomorrow. He's gonna be really happy to show up to work. 132. I've got Judy for $6. Okay, 135. 135 here. Mary Lou, I don't know. Somebody's at the door, I guess. Oops, Sharon at, what was Sharon at? Sharon at 7. Oh, Sharon at 7. Okay, sorry. Sharon at 7. Thank you guys for keeping me honest. Okay, and then 135, I think, is the last one on the table. Fran, you outbid yourself. Fran, I'm going to give it to you at the price before. Okay, Fran at $9 because I don't know. There's two of you at $9. Okay, I see what you did. Fran at $10 because there was two of you at. Okay, on my computer it says Fran at $9 and then it says Fran at $10, and Carolyn's at $9 is already above. Like I have to scroll up to see it. Who knows how it for both 131 2. What's 130? Oh, Devin, you could be helping me with these numbers. 131.
What?
131. 131. Oh, I have Sharon at 5. Gosh, I don't know why my computer had Sharon at 5. Okay, thank you for keeping me honest. My computer's like all crazy today compared to what you guys have. Okay, so we have a few more auctions. I have S160. It's alphabet fleece. S160 is at $3. It's an alphabet fleece. It's quite a big piece. So S160, the auction is starting at $3. S160, the auction is starting at $3. And I'm going to say it is 2 yards. That was really scientific by the nose. 2 yards of alphabet fleece. S160 is starting at $3. S160 is starting at $3. And then we have S153 for a peacock feather panel. S153. S153 is starting at $10. S153 is starting at $10. I think this would be fun to put on the back of a jacket. You know, if you're making a vest or a jacket, I think that would be fun to have there. You get the idea. S153 is starting at $10. 153 is starting at $10 for the peacock feather panel. S153. S153 is starting at $10. And I'm going to move these to the other room so I can make space. 153 is starting at $10. And then this is a great backing fabric. There's 9 yards, about 9 yards here. So if you're doing like a kind of a historical Baltimore Beauty or anything like this, this is great with a little paisley in it. There's about 9 yards here. The auction is starting at $30. That makes it less than $4 a yard. Less than $4 a yard. S151 is starting at $30. And there's about 9 yards there. About 9 yards. And then I have a fantastic 2-block theme quilts. So these are pieced. Maybe for those of you crazies who love to piece, this book has several different, you've got giraffes, you've got cats, quilts with character blocks. There's a paper doll one, all kinds of fun piecing if you like to piece. Little Scotty dogs, it looks like, little ducks. You can see the ducks there. So everything here is pieced for you crazy piecers. Fun book S159 is starting at $5. 159 is starting at $5. 159 is starting at $5. And then Judy Spivey, you're going to pick up your quilts if they're done. What quilts do I have? Judy Spivey, do I have some of your quilts? Huh. I'll have to go upstairs and look. I'm totally drawing a blank right now, Judy. Okay, so here is but you can totally stop by tomorrow. Here is 2 quilts. Well, I'm going to say, Judy, they're not done. Because if they were done, I would have called you. I don't know. I'll have to go upstairs and look. Okay, here is a grouping of upholstery fabrics. So these are the good ones. These are fat quarter size. Not that the other ones aren't good, but if you're doing a bigger project, like I reupholstered my Chase lounges by the swimming pool with the bigger pieces. And then I patchworked them together. So you've got some bigger pieces. They're about fat quarter size and different textures, different fabrics, but kind of a color theme going on here. So S139, this would be a cute tote bag. You could collage on it. You could make a jacket with it. This kind of looks like a tweed jacket here. S139 is at $5. 139 is at $5. And if you want the coat hangers, let me know. Okay, we're going to close the, oh, yeah. I do remember the zebra quilt, Judy. Okay, I'm going to have to go upstairs and look because maybe, I don't think I quilted it yet though, but I don't know. I might have quilted it already and I don't know. Okay, I'll look, Judy. Okay, S160. S160 for the 2 yards of fleece. It looks like it's at $8. 160 for the 2 yards of fleece is at $8. 153 for the peacock feathers is at $10. 153 for the peacock feathers is at $10. 151. I think we have no takers.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, $30. Sharon Weber's at $30. 139 is at $7. Okay, get your final bids in. We're gonna close these up. 153, I think, was the furthest one out. So Sue Coop for $10. Sue for $10. 159 for the book. Do we have anybody on 159? I have Elaine for $5. And Sharon for the, I think Sharon's the only one for the $30 for the 9 yards of fabric. I'm pretty sure Sharon. Let's see. Yep, Sharon, that was a steal. Okay, and then 160. I have Brenda for $8. Brenda for $8 for the fleece alphabet. And then we have Suzette for $7. Okay. And this is not an auction. This is the lace that I dyed the other night. I painted it actually. S152. I believe I used Dynaflow paints, but you could use any textile paints. I didn't put them on today's show, but we do have a lot of textile paints here at the shop. So I think we've got most colors of the textile paints here at the shop. If you want to, if you didn't see the demo on it, I can demo it again because I think it was a lot of fun to do. So I'm thinking of doing more colors for my personal stash. You know, it's one of those things I just like to have. S152 is $5 a yard. I'm going to show you what I made with it. Hang on a second. So if you didn't see the demo, you can take these fluid textile paints. You actually can take, I believe, any paints, and you can, I put it into a cup and then or a bowl, and then I add water so that I get more of a watercolory effect. So this lace here was this lace. So I just took this white lace, added some paints to it, and made it kind of gave it a green effect. I'm actually going to sew this as the binding onto my dragonfly quilt. I'm going to fold it over about 1/4 of an inch and stitch it on. So this will enclose my quilt and make the binding. And then this will be this will border my entire quilt. So that's what I'm doing with that. Super fun. Sometimes you just need a little bit of something for a quilt, and so I looked around the shop for some different trims and I couldn't find anything that I liked, and so I created that, which I love. So anyhow, oh, Sandy, I know there's not very much left, but you're 2.5 yards, and your 2.5 yards and Ann's 2.5 yards are already in your baskets. And Devin tried to only charge you for 2 yards, but I had to remind him that it was 2.5 yards. Okay, Brenda, I will hold your basket. No worries at all. Okay, so we have some of Doris's wool. She brought it specifically for Suzette, but Suzette already picked what she wanted. So these are new colors for us. If you're into wool, this is a fun burgundy color, wine color. So if you want, this is number 73, and they're $4.50. Just to kind of give you an idea of the different coloring, this is 126. It's more of a purple. S126. Gosh, she's got a lot of, sometimes you just need a little bit of color movement. So this one is number 11. And then she's got a billion more here. So she's like got one, you can see she's got like one of every color. So they're just changed a hair. So I know there's not too many of you on here that are doing wool things. But just to give you an idea, this is what we have. If you do want more choices in your wool collection, let me know and we'll put them, I'll get it sorted out. I just saw that these were sitting on the table, so I was like, oh, let me see if you guys need any. Look at how fun the turquoises are. And if you're doing dolls, now I need an orange. Okay. Suzette, I'll work on that. There also might, Suzette, be some orange out in our shop already, because we do have quite a large selection of Doris's wool in a basket out there. But the other thing that if you're doing any kind of doll making, you can take this roving and kind of wind it around and create like a bun or something for your project. So you can use this as doll hair. You can also add yarns. You can use this kind of as your base for the hair for the doll, and then add some fun, funky yarns to create all kinds of fun stuff. But the wool roving is great for doll hair. I know sometimes we don't think about all the different things we can use something for, or we overthink it and we think, oh my God, that would be so great for this, this, and this. But then it's hard to find. So we do have all different colors of wool roving here at Fabric Chicks. We like to have a large variety of everything for you. Will be available at the retreat? Yes, Carolyn, totally wait till the retreat. It is going to be available. Doris brings buckets and buckets to the retreat. The other thing that I want to show you girls at the retreat, because we just got a huge, like 5 big boxes of books. And I don't know if you guys feel the same way that I do. I mean, I've been in the quilting industry for a very, very long time. Like, I don't know, almost 40 years, 38 years or something ridiculous, which is kind of crazy because I don't even think I'm 38 yet. But is that Devin snorting over there? So the books, when I first started quilting in the early 90s, the books were so educational, so well written. The photography was amazing. And now we kind of, I think it's like everything, we kind of rush through it because we have to have the next greatest and latest and the best thing. So as designers, they're having to get so much. Oh, look at my computer might work better if we actually plugged it in.
You threw that up there.
The cord is in it, but it's not plugged in, so it just said low battery. Okay, I think we've maybe fixed this situation. Hang on a second. Close. Your battery is running low. Hang on. Let me make sure I'm plugged into the wall, baby. Okay, I don't know. Oh, it got bright again. Okay, so for those of you you like felting, I just found in one of these ancient books, I've been going through them. I was just going to auction them all off, but there's so much information and history in some of these books that I'm getting. They really are kind of like treasure books. But this here is an applique quilt, but this here is the line drawing for it. And I thought if we blow this up, that would be a fantastic landscape that we can dry felt at the retreat. You can always wet felt it if you want, but dry felting is a lot less messy. And I think you can get it really precise for the line drawings. So I'm going to take this and have it blown up. If there's any of you going to the retreat that need it, let me know, and I'll have him make extra copies for us. And then this was another one Jackie was looking at today when they were helping me sort through some stuff. So this is a coloring book, but look at how fantastic. If you do wool felting, you just trace the lines, and then you know where to put your color. So there's a really, really cool, all the birds are cool, but there was one that both Jackie and I were like, oh, that owl would be fun to make, especially for the owl challenge. So if you guys are doing the owl challenge, look at that one. I think if you blow him up a little bit bigger, but even if you don't, he's a fantastic owl that would be fun to felt. So just to give you guys ideas, just to overstimulate you, because that's what we do best. Let's see. We still have 10 minutes. We can do more auctions. I thought Devin gave me the look like it was time to be done. Okay. If you need textile paints, let me know, and I'll put them on Wednesday's sale so that you can see all the colors that we have. And here is another auction. You know, I'm really into rescuing everything. So here is S156 is the auction is starting at $10. So if you need a crocheted scarf and purple is your color, look at how cute this is. La la. If you need to add to your wardrobe, if you need a fun purple scarf, S156, the auction is starting at $10, and it is pretty wide. So it is about 17 inches wide, and you could also use it as a dresser scarf, or you could also use it as a table runner, I guess. It would look cute as a bed scarf, you know, at the end of your bed. S156 is $10. It is pretty long, 1836. Let's see, 36. So it's about 2¼ yards long. So if you want this fun scarf, lavender color, you can use it as a bed scarf or a scarf around your neck. S156 is at $10. If you look at this is the most precious. Okay, bye, Candy and Jackie. You can weave fabric. Oh, you could totally weave fabric into the scarf. Yes, I like that, Lynn. Here is S157 is $6. It's already framed, cross-stitched. You can give it away as a giveaway, or you could put it in your bathroom or your porch or anything. S157, the auction is starting at $6. You know what? I just think somebody spent a lot of time making this. So when I find these at different places, I think we have to rescue them. That's my new job, is to rescue everything. Okay, Fran, we'll see you on Wednesday. Oh, Elaine, I will bring it to the October retreat. But if you're planning on going to the October retreat, let me know, or go online and do a deposit. But let me know, because I just had 2 signups from new people that signed up on the website that I don't even know. One's coming from New York, and then one's coming from Spokane, Washington. So let me know if you're planning on coming to the October retreat. Type it in there, and then I'll get you into the computer so it saves those spots. Okay. And I got you, Elaine. I'll put you in. S157 is starting at $6. It is literally the cutest. Look at how cute that is. S157 is starting at $6. Suzette, did Suzette just say what website? Suzette, I would say the website that's scrolling on the bottom of the screen every time you watch this show, fabric-chicks.com. So you can find anything that is Fabric Chicks on our website, fabric-chicks.com. Although I will tell you that it's up to me and Devin to keep it updated. So sometimes it is not as up to date as but Suzette said she's blind. Okay, Terracotta, I'll add you. Suzette, I'll add you to the October retreat. Your friends are already signed up. 2 of your friends have already paid in full for it, Suzette. They want to make sure they don't get left behind. Okay, so I do have some freebies here. Devin's like, Mom, are you kidding me right now? Okay, I'm going to leave these auctions here. S156 is for the lavender scarf. 157 is for the beautifully done bird house and birds. So if you want any of these, Mary Lou, I'm glad. Me too. I feel right at home. Perfect, Suzette. Okay, so if you want any of these, just type it in. I'm giving it to the first person who types it in because we have a billion books. Create custom curtains. So this is a pattern for different custom for curtains to make. If you want custom curtains, type that in. Fruit and vegetables, iron-on transfer patterns. I kind of thought about keeping this because it's great embroidery drawings and different things, but I can only do so much in my life. So here are iron-on transfers. You can do embroidery. You can paint with them. You could go back to tool painting with these if you wanted. So just a fun fruit and vegetable iron-on transfer. One more minute, Devin. Okay, the ultimate flower book for cross stitch. So this has all the cross stitch flowers here. That book is free. Whoever wants it, let us know. Stony Creek, more heirloom huck towels. So little things you can cross stitch onto towels. ABC, cross stitch of ABC. You can cross stitch that onto anything you want. Music soothes the soul. Carolyn, if you were doing cross stitch, this might be good for you. Music soothes the soul with a piano. Refrigerator magnets cross stitched. Refrigerator magnets cross stitched. Here is happy hand towels. So little motifs, kind of snowmen and angels. Looks like holiday. All hearts come home for Christmas. So it's Christmassy motifs that you could, cross stitch onto towels, onto stockings, onto anything. Cross stitch you can do on anything. Ornaments for Christmas. Cross stitch ornaments for Christmas. And I am going to tell you a little trick. So say you're not into cross stitch or you can't see anymore, but you love this bear. You can blow this up, but you don't even have to blow it up. You can just know in your mind that each one of these squares represents a 5-inch block. So you're going to sew 5-inch red blocks together to create the tip of his hat, 5-inch white blocks together. And so you can turn this into a quilt if you want it. So any cross stitch design you can turn into a quilt just using all the same size blocks. You could do 2-inch blocks if you want it to be tiny. So you can use these as quilt patterns also, just to give you another idea of what you can do. So if you see a design that you like Carolyn might love this piano, but she doesn't want to do it out of cross stitch, but she wants to do it as a quilt, you would just say, okay, all these squares represent a 3-inch square. So that is that. First book cross stitch. Whoa.
Whoa, it's 5 o'clock. Whoa.
It looks like I've just created my own hell here.
Yeah, I don't know why you did that.
Okay.
I don't know what you thought.
Okay, I'm going to figure out who wants what to the best of my ability for these cross stitch books. And don't worry, if you don't get it, we will, we've got more to do. Okay. But it's 5 o'clock. I have to run to.
We gotta close the auctions first.
We have to close the auctions. Literally, we have 5 boxes of cross stitch stuff. So if you don't get it, because I can't figure out what's what with, I see it's kind of a confusing mess. You'll have opportunity to get more, but I'll do my best. I'll go back and reread the comments. I'm not sure I know which book that I showed first. Okay, the more you can tell me what the book, cross stitch book was that you wanted, the more you can describe it, the better chances you might get it. And Elaine, yes, I'll work on that. Okay. Oh, Christy's on the wrong Facebook page. I don't know how you could ever be on the wrong Facebook page. Just click Fabric Chicks Creative Oasis. I see what you're saying. Oh, nobody can. It's fine, Christy. You can be on that one. Okay, so 157, 157, and 156. Going once, going twice. I have Riri. Wait, I have to write Riri's down because I won't get the comments later. I won't get the YouTube comments later. Okay. Let's see. So I've got 157. I've got 2 of you at $6. So 157. Oh, I've got Jamie at 7. 157. I've got Jamie at 7. Okay, Jamie at 7. And Janie, I sent you the link. I think. I don't know. You were in a class, but you didn't show up. But I think I sent you the link. But if you didn't get the link, let me know and I'll send it again. 156. 156. Oh, the first book I showed, Mary Men's, wasn't for sale. It's in my personal stash. I know that was a good book. It's not for sale yet. It's not the first book, bird book I showed is not for sale yet, but it might be. I just might want some things out of it first. 156 for the scarf is, I believe nobody wants it. 156. Okay, 156 for the scarf. You can use this as a bed scarf. You can use it as a real scarf. You can use it, you can weave fabric through it or silk ribbons woven through it. It would be really cool too. Lots of different things you can do with it. S156, the auction is starting at $10. And there's no other bidders. So like if you put $10, it'd be yours. Okay, so that is all we have for today. Because I got to run to the UPS store because UPS and post office literally picks up 2 days a week. So we have a huge box overflowing. So I'm going to run it downtown. No worries, Jamie. We'll talk to you when you get back into town. Okay, so that's all we have for today, which is Monday. Join us on Wednesday. I'm sure it will be just as fascinating and hectic. But we do have a ton of stuff, ton of freebies just to get them out of here. We got to find good homes for a lot of stuff that has come in over the weekend. So we will see you guys on Wednesday at 4 o'clock. Wednesday at 4 o'clock. Have a great night.